No, too late. Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly, along with the Patriot James Smith. I'm Lyle, and tonight, James, we got Lise with us tonight from his tackle shop. Damn, lost my mind. Forgot what I was talking about.
Uncle Lou's.
Uncle Lou's, but we're going to talk tackle here in just a minute. But have you got any new stuff to go over tonight, James?
Well, no, let's just share a little bit of prayer for all the people that's been affected by this hurricane. And dang sure don't forget the prayers for these guys and gals that's been through the mess over there in Afghanistan and all that mess, and all the people over there that are not military.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
And their families too, because their families are worried sick about them. You know that, and you know, just like if our families was over there. So, guys, there's a lot of prayers to go out. We still got a lot of sick people in the catfish world, so make sure that y'all all know who they are.
We do, and we have an announcement at the end of the show that's going to. It may not be exciting for everybody, but it means entertainment and good times. So we're going to talk about that at the end of the show. But right now, James, I have 3 tournament results sent to me, so I would like to go over them and get that done for the evening. The first one that was sent to me was Ryan Bort sent me one for the Anglers of Taylorsville Lake. I believe it's catfish or kayaks and cats tournament, and I believe first place was Ryan Bortz with 134.75 pounds. Second place was Ronnie and Carolyn Beckley with 128.75 pounds. And Kayak might come in with third with 121.75 pounds.
Dang right. That's pretty good. That's pretty close right there.
Yeah, it is. Fourth place, David McKinley with 101.5. And Ronnie Beckley had the big fish of 40.25. That's a great weigh-in for those guys. So that was really awesome. And then, let's see, I believe it was Brad Becks that sent me in the next bunch. And they was fishing the Master Bait and Tackle Tournament Series. And Han, Reisner, and Lillard got first place with 5 fish, 51.07 pounds. Now, these are channel cat. And Big Fish with 14.83 pounds. Streeter and LeMaster had 5 fish with a big fish of 8.81 pounds and 36.93 for a total weight. Newbie and Messersmith, fourth place, big fish of 11.26 pounds and total weight of 34.93 pounds. Fifth, yes, sir.
The last 2 names, we hear them quite often.
Yes, we do.
Couple.
We really do.
Yes.
Fourth place is Wilmot and Carlos with big fish of 11.22 pounds and 30.07 with a total weight. And fifth place had 3 fish with 11.414 pounds and 27.88 total weight. Think that the 14 pound was the big fish. That was a channel cat tournament. That was a great weigh-in. And you're right. The third place team, Newbie and Messersmith, they're in the money just about every tournament that they're involved in. So I don't know of them being out around in a big tournament area other than right there close to their home. But I'm thinking a lot of people are probably glad that they are not.
Yeah, they've got a fish on them channel cats, that's for sure.
Yeah, I got to get this other one up, and it was sent in by Brian Mayo. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. What was the name of that?
The Hoffmans is on a roll.
Oh, yeah. Oh, at the Gambles at Greenville. I'm not sure which tournament it was, but he said first place was Danny and Jolena Huffman. First place and big fish. John Howard and Jeff Blanton got second place. And they had... and their big fish was 52. But you give me the weight on Danny and Jolina's. Big fish was 52 pounds. I believe Danny's was 60-something, 62 or 3. But the only people had 52-pound yellow cat, which is a flathead. Third place was John Howard. Nick and Jack Demano. And Cam Pollywog Pitts got ladies' big fish. And Yeah, that's all the information that
their big fish was 62.24 pounds.
Yeah, I thought 62
I don't have their
62.
total weight. No,
I didn't get that either. He didn't send it to me, but that's a giant fish. So congratulations to all the winners. If you getting in the 60-pound class weight of fish, I don't care where you're fishing, you're in with the big boys and girls.
Yes,
you really are, man. That's awesome.
It gives you all kind of good bragging rights when you hit that 60-pound mark.
Oh yeah. Each 10 pounds above that, the brags get a little bit stronger.
Yes.
Too. So if you get up around 70, 80, 90 pounds, if you're catching them kind of fish, you got the right to brag, brother.
Yeah.
That right, Lee?
Brag at a 60.
You damn right.
I ain't broke into the 50s yet, so I'm struggling.
Hey, you just keep at it. You got them out there. There's no
I got to go to Lyle in order to catch the cotton picking things. That's my problem.
I understand, dude. I got you. Hey, what do you say we go over to people in chat right quick, James, before we get started with Lee?
It's like a winner to me. I'm seeing, let me shout out the very first one since it's gone already, and he made a big deal as soon as he got there that he beat everybody, and that's Fishing and Freedom, the name that I love.
Absolutely.
And I'm seeing Avid and Brad's in the house, Realville, Mindy Hogan with Uncle Lou, Mike's Fishing Home. Is that a new one?
That's a new one to me.
Yeah, that's a new one to me too. Let's see. There's Fishing and Freedom again. Dan's Creation. Maurice Carson's in the house. You'll have to pick up. I'm with the same ones.
All right. We got Big Slim 91. Art 1 Ton Fishing Club, Josh the Weekend Angler, Jeremy Colvin Fishing, Dale Hayslip, Chrissy Brown. Now I've lost a few.
Twisted Fishing's in the house. Catfishing with the Crow. He's been coming in here for about 3 or 4 weeks.
Glad to have all these new people coming in and staying with us. We got Philip Williams and Catfish and Katie Collins. I seen her do a live. Looks like she's feeling a little bit better. We're glad to hear about that. Yeah. Whisker Dreams, Avid Fisherman, Catfish Fever Outdoors. Hey, how you doing, buddy? And our main man, Junior Proctor, Blue Dog Fishing is in there. Chris Yulston, Hooks and Hammocks, 3+1.
The Hawaiian Fisherman.
That's cool. Brooklyn Rosh. Hi, we're new here. Well, we're glad to have you and welcome to Catfish Weekly. Laughing Cats Fishing.
Dora Arco, Stephen Corley,
Bonnie McCleary, Bonnie Boo. Okay.
Jeremy Colvin, how you doing, sir?
Larry Oliver, Mike Sampson.
Wasn't it Jeremy and his son we had on the show one night?
Sir. Yep.
That was a good set of people. His whole family is just nice as they could be.
They're wonderful folks. There's Muskrat and Pawpaw Ed and Creole. My old buddy Creole, we'll be talking to him a little at the end of the show tonight, so everybody stick around for that. There's J-Dog Gone Fishing.
Fishing with Rob Mack. I don't recognize that one.
Hog Leg Catfishing. Keith Smart. Keith, it is so good to see you in chat. I know that you've been in the hospital and had a rough go of it. You've sent me some messages and things. Yep. And we're so proud to have you back in chat and so glad that you're feeling better along with a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Kentucky River Outdoors Adventures. What's that?
Brian B's in the house with us.
Cool. Nice guy.
Yeah.
It's my nephew.
Cool.
Brian B. I think he's talking a little junk.
He might. Dan's Creation and Adventures.
There's 2 stands in there with us. 3+1 Outdoors. Parker Pursuits. Team Wampus Cats in the house with us tonight.
LG Bass.
We better shout out Miss D.
Absolutely. LG Bass, Crappie Dave Fish On. David Funk, the Funk Meister.
Carl Wells, glad he's out of the hospital now.
Yeah, he got out today. Carl's been in the hospital for 3 or 4 weeks, and we're glad that he's out, and it's good to know that he's home.
Yep. It's his birthday, too, ain't it?
It is. Happy birthday, Carl. William Warner.
Darlene Perry. That's a new name. Big Slim 91. You might have shouted that now to LG
That's
Bass.
all right to do it again. It don't matter.
Silver Fox Fishing. Sunfish Assassins. There's Pontoon Jody catfishing. Van Taylor. David Smith.
Texas Tiger.
I think I'm caught up.
Ernie Brown, the Sunfish Assassin. Yeah. Real-time catfishing.
Mr. Creole and Muskrat.
Amy Payne. Parker Pursuits. There's another gentleman that's had a rough go and been sick, doing a lot better. And Darlene Perry.
Yeah, it's going around, but I'm glad everybody's finally starting to shake stuff off and get back into the swing of things sooner or later. There's Miss Cindy's in the house watching us.
That's cool. Silver Fox Fishing. He said he spent 5 days at home and 5 back in the hospital was back in the hospital for 15 days. Well, Keith, you're going to have to stop that. That makes for a bad way to do it. Hey, there's your girlfriend, James Cam Pollywog Pitts.
She's a mess. Did you see her do her live today?
I have not seen that yet. I've been busy working on the boat.
Talking about what happened to Southern hospitality. She's waving at everybody going down the road, and nobody was waving back.
She's the friendliest lady you ever want to meet. I met them several years ago at a tournament down south, and she's a sweetheart. I thought that her and her dad was husband and wife, didn't know the difference. She informed me right quick that was not the case. Yeah. But man, what a nice lady she is. She is outstanding. Yeah. Great fisher lady.
I had so much fun having them ladies on other week, man. It was just a blast. And we had as much fun after we went off live as we did during the live. It was just a hoot. So
that's usually the case.
And I love good, just that good hometown. Just I don't know. It's relaxing. It's when everybody's comfortable with each other.
Yep.
And you see that more and more often on these shows, Lyle.
I think you do.
Thank you, Mike.
We got Mr. Gadget Fishing and 3+1. I seen Eric Burnside. Trying to get them all, but we're running out of time. There's Ryan Bortz. Thank you, sir. We appreciate all the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, you want to do that because that's how you get Realville. There's Realville. John Boy's Catfishing. My gosh, every time I go through there, I find some more.
Yeah, Mike said donated $10. Thank you, Mike, for super chat. He said I've been able to get Uncle Lou on the panel.
Thank you. Well, I feel very fortunate that Lee has come on here with us. I've known Lee for probably longer than most other guys that are doing shows and stuff. And what an honor it is to have you on here, Lee. We appreciate you coming on here with us and doing a show.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on.
I never dreamed. There's Fishing with Big Mike. I never dreamed all the years I know that you'd ever be in the tackle business, but here we are.
I never dreamt I would be either, but like I said, here I am.
It's great to see people jump in and do something and find something they enjoy doing and can make $1 on it. And like I say, I've known you a long time, and if you say something is it's a certain way, I'm going to believe you because I just know that you're not going to go around like some of the others and say, well, it's this or it's that, when you know in your heart that it's not. And I think that your honesty and the quality of products that I know you are handling will go a long ways in your success.
Mr. Dieter Melhorn just joined us.
The Chicken King.
That chicken does work.
My old buddy Dieter, I just got to stay on him about that chicken. It may work.
Longhorn Melhorn.
It never has for me, but Dieter's another one. If he says it works, I believe him. I may get on him a little bit about it, but I'll still believe him. Van Taylor. He wouldn't know how to live if I didn't stay on him just a little bit.
Yeah.
Lee, what brought you into the tackle industry?
Oh, boy, I've been wanting in it for years and years now. And I got laid up with an ankle fusion, and I laid here on the couch for months, and I thought, what the heck, wanting, especially when I heard that I wasn't going to be able to go back to my job at the railroad.
Yeah, you've been there a long time, too.
Yeah, the heck with it. I need a hobby, a different hobby, because I'm not going to be able to get out and fish like I was and this and that. So I thought, well, what the heck? Well, we'll give her a shot now, and it's more or less become to a full-time deal than a full hobby.
I understand. There's Corey Blankenship has joined us. Parker Pursuits. There was another guy. Oh, Matt. Want to be outdoors is in here. Sogo, welcome. A lot of people start in the tackle industry, and they start with all of the necessities, hooks and sinkers and line and swivels, and snaps and all of that stuff, bobbers. And then the next thing you know, they test the water with rods, because that is such a huge, not only a huge investment, but you really have to watch who you buy them from, or you get your butt stung a little bit. And I have heard, I've not seen one, not had my hands on one, which is unusual, because usually I get to see one pretty quick after somebody comes out with something. But when I don't see them for a while, it tells me that you made some good decisions on who you got them from and the equipment that's on them.
Well, I had a lot of months there sitting there thinking about, and doing a lot of research, and what I wanted in a rod, what I thought was right in a rod. Everybody going to these circle hooks and this and that. I wanted a little softer tip, but a lot of backbone. And from what I'm told, everybody seems to like them. I mean, we used them for a year first, and they're snagging paddlefish with them up there below the dam at Yankton and the Missouri River and stuff. So I figured if they could handle a 50, 60 pound flathead in that current behind the dam, they're paddlefish, so they should be able to hold. And
yeah.
So far, knock on wood, I haven't had any returns yet. So,
hey, that's outstanding, because I know you've got rid of a lot of them. I hear, like I say, I hear nothing but good things about them. I'm so happy for you. We got Fishing with Rob Mack in chat. The Bullock Experience. Mike's Fishing Home. People just keep coming in. We're so glad that you all are in here. I know that it's very difficult to pick out this stuff and find the correct suppliers. Did you already know who your suppliers and stuff was going to be? And I don't want you to say, because I don't want to involve with that, because I can, anybody that's in the business can buy stuff. I choose not to be in that business, because I don't want to work that hard. You evidently do. Good for you.
I did a lot of research. Like I said, I laid here for months, and I had a lot of time on my hands, so I did a lot of research and a lot of questioning and a lot of talking.
You have to do a lot of research and a lot of homework, or you will get stung. That, like Lyle was talking about.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and like you said, anybody can go on the internet and order this stuff.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
If you can't, all you got to do is get a tax number, and then you can.
Yeah, and you really have to be careful on who, like he said, because you can get some real crap.
Well, some of the big companies, Merrick and some of them others, have went out of business.
Yeah.
They pushed me for years to get in the tackle industry, and I bought a lot of stuff from them guys that makes them rods for everybody overseas. I know all them guys, and they tried for years to get me to sell a line of rods. That's not what I do. Never was. So I'll leave that to you, Lee, and let you do that. And, and I've had 3 or 4 of these guys come up, and I've helped them design their rods, because they didn't know what the hell them guys was talking about. And you've was in the rod building for a while, so you got an advantage on a lot of people.
Yeah, it's you give me a lot of help on that.
Well, glad to do it. Hey, just for a second, we got Rams Bait and Tackle, San Antonio, Texas, has joined us in chat. Whiskers and Stripes, Mike's Fishing Home, Alicia.
Green Machine, John Boy's Catfishing.
Yep, Alicia's in here.
Yeah, I seen her.
I trying to find something else. I seen somebody, but we got a lot of tackle stores in here, and we are Alicia Barnett. There it is. Glad to have you all in here, and please remember we're trying to do a series on tackle stores. So if you're interested or you know someone is interested, I would like to do about a dozen of these shows if we can, and represent that industry to the best that we possibly can. So if you know someone or if you're interested, go ahead and send me a message, and we'll hook you up and try to do as good a job for you as we can. So far, it's been a great success. Did I mention that Josh, the weekend angler, is watching tonight?
I seen that.
What a guy! What a guy!
How that new babies are doing.
I seen a picture of it the other day. It looked pretty good. It kind of reminded me of Mark and not Chad.
Uh-oh.
So no red hair.
I have to swing at him like that, Lyle.
Oh my!
But now, wait a minute. Now, Lee, well, I got somebody in here on my side of the darker hair persuasion. I got to noticing now, there's 4 of them in this catfish group. There might be even more than that, but some of them's got a little snow on the roof, and you can't tell. But I think 4 of them that all talk junk to each other, all are kind of crazy redheads, ain't they?
Well,
hey, Lyle, was you not a redhead?
Well, almost, not quite, but I was close.
Is Mr. Doctor, did he used to have some red hair?
It's kind of sandy.
Yeah, and I think you can tell Mark and Chad, or them
boys.
Well, what that about redheads though? They all are fun.
They are
a bit crazy, but they fun.
Yeah. They're about as good friends as you can have, except Dockery. Dockery. But Dockery's feeling better, so he's back to normal. Everything is doing good.
That's good.
And we're excited about that.
Lou, I thought I was on your page. I just went on there and joined your page on Facebook. I'm sorry. I thought I was already joined to it. Hey, so many channels, Lyle. It's hard to keep up with all of them.
It's hard to do, but if one of our moderators could put Lee's page up, that would just be awesome. If you guys are not a member of Lee's fishing page, please go over and join Uncle Lou's. You'll be pleasantly surprised, and he's got some great products at great prices, and you'll not find anyone any better to deal with. I promise you. He's a great friend, and I've known him a long time, and he will take care of you the way he's supposed to.
We've got a few more. P City Smitty's in the house. Backbone Outdoors. Jeremy Tournament Cat. Guys, don't forget, we got a lot of new people coming in tonight. Share the love, share the bait, check each other's channel out, and give them a few thumbs up and some shares and some comments. I know they'll like it.
Shares is one thing that helps everybody. If you get a chance, share our link. If you like what we do, please hit that thumbs up. It helps us get our name at the top of the search pages when people are looking for catfish stuff. So any help like that we can get, we are so glad. I haven't seen Avid in here tonight. Did we?
Yeah, he's in here.
Okay.
Trouble just come in, Miss Tall Betty.
Tall Betty. What a sweet lady. I know this is not what we're supposed to be talking to Lee about, but with this second round of COVID and all of the things that goes on in our world, our doctors and nurses get the least respect from anybody I know. And I got to tell you, doctors do what they got to do because they're spent years and years getting their education. But these nurses, they make it happen. And people like Betty, and there's a lot of others in chat tonight that are nurses that I can't remember who's what, but we need to thank them each and every day, because if you get sick, who are you going to talk to? You're going to talk to that nurse, probably not the doctor near as often.
And I'm going to tell you, and the paramedics too, because we got some paramedics in
the
society, and they having to walk into a house full of these cotton picking people that
don't have a clue what's going on.
Yeah, you don't know till you get in there.
That's it. Creole has baited. Let's see. Anybody else? So, Lee, tell us about the products that you're handling right now.
Yes.
I just handle just basically catfish things that are going to need to get you started, keep you going, that everybody needs, like your 3-way swivels, your barrel swivels, your hooks. I make some planer boards. You know, we got floats, spooks, rattle spooks, and you know, all that stuff seems to be the new thing coming along here quite heavily.
Mm-hmm.
And I had some big ones made, you know, a little bigger than most normal. 4 inches. These are like 5.5 inch, and
Now, is
I
that
hear you.
for fishing like the Missouri River and Mississippi River?
big
Places
rivers.
with big current?
Yep, they'll hold a lot more bait up.
Okay, cool.
I kind of kept away from the peg floats. I went with the oval floats because they seem to hold a lot better bait up.
And I started going back the other way.
Started going
Going
back.
with smaller floats.
No, with the
Oh.
peg floats over the others because I haven't been out as much this year as I usually am because we've had some boat issues. But when we are out, I think the ones that I've got for the fish I'm fishing for are too big.
I
So
wish
I'm
I
going,
could find some about 5-inch long peg floats.
well, hell, Lee's got them. Just order them up, man.
The peg floats.
I wish I had a 5-inch peg float.
Oh,
Yeah.
not a peg float.
I've not found a 5-inch peg float in.
I've looked.
It's hard to find
Yeah.
3-inch ones.
3 inches, no problem.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
for the consumer, it is.
Well, yes.
It's harder for a consumer to find them. There was some fishing with squirrel joined us. Welcome,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, for some reason I've looked for them things for you. Well, since I got back into catfishing, that 5-inch, I thought need just a little bit more flotation to them. You know.
For bigger
Yeah.
baits, yeah, I agree.
I have 2.5-inch oval floats, and they will hold up a
Yeah.
lot of bait.
Want to be
Yeah,
outdoors says you
2.5.
won't need a 5-inch if you use Lee's floats. Matt likes you really well.
Matt's a good man.
Yes, he is. I met him and I was so proud to shake his hand. Brian B. Catfishing. Don't buy anything else but Uncle Lou's tackle. A1 product. Man, these guys love you, Lee, and I'm so glad of that.
Yes.
Brad
Yes.
Cottle.
You know, word of mouth is the best advertisement tool.
I
Yeah,
agree.
exactly. You know, I had a guy working a website for me, and he shafted me, and I said, nah, the heck with it. I'm not going to do it now.
Yep.
And the word of mouth, like you said, has just went wildfire on it. And I've got the guys.
Sometimes it's a little slower than you'd like, but at the same time, just getting started, you need it kind of slow to get built up.
Get your feet wet. Yeah.
It was slow for about a week.
Yeah.
Then, like I said, it
That's
turned
not
into
very long.
No, and it turned into a full-time deal, and now I'm beat up and broke down, and so I kind of slowed a little bit and get behind, and then you try to play catch up, and
You just tell people you're doing
Yep.
you can as fast as you can, they'll understand.
Now, what
Yep.
different type of rods are you carrying now?
I carry in bait casting. I have a medium light, a medium heavy, and then I just carry a spin cast for right now in a medium heavy.
Okay.
But
I'm assuming that you're like everyone else, Lee, and your medium heavy action rod is probably your best seller by far in spinning or casting.
It's a toss up between that and my mediums.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, it's a
Good.
real toss up.
Are you using the mediums for channel catfishing?
Channels and blues.
Okay.
I mean, look at Dan Green Machine. He just, I think, is 67 pound on his medium.
That's awesome.
And
That'd just be fun. That'd just be fun
Yeah,
on the medium.
yeah,
It would.
now I'm getting crazy and dipping into the world of the bumping rod. Doing some different testing on some of them, and
Good luck.
yes, that's the I'm finding that out.
Yeah, it's I've had people send mine, the ones I build them. I get people on the pro staff and talk them into sending them overseas and have them copied. They've yet to been able to come up with one that's like it, and I'm sure not going to tell them because they wanted to buy my stuff, and I agreed to do it for no money, just a percentage of what the rods would bring for the next 5 years, and they didn't want to do that, so they'll never find the information from me unless I find somebody that's honest enough to do that.
There you go.
Point they can get is what I consider, and many others, the best bumping rod ever made. So
I'll guarantee you, Mindy's Blackhorse won't be going overseas.
Oh, I doubt. I would say probably not.
Nah.
But, like I say, I never wanted cash up front. All I wanted was so much money per rod for 5 years, and I'd tell you everything about it, where I get them, and everything. Nobody wants to do it, so let them starve.
Yep.
Dang.
Eat them fish heads.
Well, we might need to talk after this then. I'm just kidding.
It's
I ain't got time for that. I'm building floats. I ain't got time to mess with trying to sell.
I know Lee's got a rod wrapper for sale. I got 3 of them. 2 of them are so wore out that it's unbelievable. But in all the years that I've been doing this, Lee, that one, I can't tell you how many rods has been built on it, and I still use it nearly every day. But
I can imagine.
I just keep rebuilding them. And when you said something about selling yours, I didn't know you still wasn't fooling around with that stuff. And it's probably in a lot better shape than any of mine.
Oh yeah, this one I think's only built 3 or 4 rods on it. So.
Oh wow, Dan Thompson's joined us. Well, I'm going to guess that one's built. Oh, I don't know, several thousand, and the other's probably close to it. But yeah,
I believe I could get into doing that. I mean, that'd be
it's not hard. It's time consuming. If you don't have the time to make it perfect on every one, and in your mind you have to say it'll never leave here until it's exactly the way I want it. And if you can't do that, then you probably better leave it alone, because the next thing you know, your stuff's junk, nobody likes it, and they're not finished, and the wraps are crossed, and I ain't sent them out like that. They're going to suit me. If they don't suit me, they won't suit the customer.
Better have some patience too.
What's that, Lee?
I said better have some patience too.
That's exactly right. Gidget, wake up. Quit dreaming. Holy crap. Getting carried away. Sounds like Mark's dog when she's snoring. By the way,
how much more you plan on expanding your business as far as tackle, Lee?
I'm gonna dig into looking around, maybe getting into like more line hooks. I'm starting to dig around on a line of braid and stuff. So
I will. I don't know anything about suppliers much anymore, except the people I deal with. But I will tell you that by far, to this point, the best braid that I have ever used in my life is Suffix 836 or 632 or whatever it is, 832.
832. Yep.
I have used that. People talk and tell me about how good Bono is resistant about rocks and wood and stuff like that. It ain't no better than that Suffix. I promise you. That stuff, you can rub it on crap and it don't break. And you can feel the difference in that line and whatever kind of coating it is they got on that. I'll never use anything else. It's just by far the best line that and it don't have any memory and it don't have any stretch. And if it don't have any stretch, if you let your rod action and your reel drag do its work, you don't need any stretch in line.
No, that's what it's supposed to have anyway. It's supposed to rely on anyway.
Ernie Brown.
That's I've never used their braid, but I've used mono religiously, and their mono is superb stuff.
Yeah, try it sometime. If you're going to do any bumping, Lee, you'll be impressed with that. And then people talk about it, rocks and stuff breaking it, and how it cheers their stuff. You'll like it, I promise. Thank you, Mark, so much. And for the people, pardon me, that are looking for something to do after we are done, tune on in to Catfish and Crappie. There's going to be several of us in there to be talking about what's going on with Mark's tournament that was held over the weekend. And we're going to tell you all about it. He's going to set everything up, and we're going to get things happening. This tournament is a lot of fun, and the guys last weekend did an excellent job of doing what they do.
Redbeard Outdoor Channel.
That's a new one. We're glad to have you in here. Pawpaw Ed.
Chris.
The Bullet Experience.
Yeah, I was going the wrong way with my dadgum button. Sorry about that. I was wondering why I done seen all those names one time in the comments too. I thought they repeating themselves. They got senile on us.
Oh wow.
Now, what are your best selling colors on your rods, Lee?
Only have one color.
See, I see Uncle Lou on your thing. Where'd that name come from so I can get that off my mind?
Oh, the singer Lou Reed. When I first started on the railroad, one of the guys that was training me started calling me that because of Lou Reed, my last name Reed, Okay. A lot of the young guys on the railroad always told me I treated them as an uncle. So
there you go.
Hey, that's all right.
Yep. Ain't no use complaining about that. But what I was asking you, what are some of your top selling colors on your rods?
I only have one color.
Oh, okay. So I ain't got a chance
to right now.
What color is it?
It's a high vis fluorescent orange.
It's beautiful too.
And the decal looks really nice up here.
Yeah, with the black under wraps and silver over wraps, and
yep, looks really nice.
Yep. Well, instead of giving away a set of the blue ones tonight, I'll give away a set of orange ones. How about that?
Hey, that works because we're up to 110 watching us right now. We've got 94 likes. Man, that is awesome. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to James and I. I'm sure Lee is happy to see that in here because looking at what's selling you products over here. You get to meet the man himself. Alan Pershaw, welcome to Catfish Weekly. John Hoffman, thank you for showing up in chat. Gosh, I know I'm missing some.
Yeah, we'll catch up to them.
We're gonna try to.
Yep. But say you plan on expanding a little bit for some lines and some stuff like that. I guess you have to look around and say, well, what am I going to have to store the longest? What takes up so much space when you're having to store stuff and before it gets sold? Do I have room to work with this? Do I have room to have that? Or is it something that you might want to look at as having a company direct sale where you just carry the link and their pictures of their items and they call you and order something and you just call your supplier and they ship it straight to them. Do you do any of that?
I don't do any. I have all the product here on hand and
okay.
I just ship from here.
That's really good. Yeah. I want to thank Kevin with Palmetto Cats for sharing our stream tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's how we get the word out to other people that need to be watching what we're all doing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alicia.
Yeah, I know it just takes up a lot of space. If you ain't got a lot of space for stock, it's you're getting ready to have to rearrange some buildings and stuff now because I'm getting too much stock and raw materials. Raw materials itself takes up room.
Yes, absolutely does.
Because I know Lyle, y'all building rods and stuff. You got to have glues. You got to have eyes. You got to have rods. You got to have handles. You got to have reel seats. You got to have glues. I mean, paint.
Have you ever seen those great big hooks that you screw into stuff and they hold things?
Yeah.
I screw them in the ceiling joints, and that's how I stock rods that are out of the way, level. They don't get bent. You hang them up overhead. Just reach up and grab which one out of whichever one you want. And some of them's got whole bunches of them. Like the bumping rods, they're small diameter. They don't weigh much. You can pile a bunch of them in them hooks. And them heavy rods that people use below the dams on the big rivers and stuff, they're pretty big. So you don't get 3 or 4 a dozen in there. But them others, they'll hold a lot. They're up out of the way. I'm taller than James Dockery, but I'm not that tall, so I can walk underneath all that stuff.
I think James a couple of them that you sent me that I can play softball with.
You ever plan on carrying some of the longer rods where these guys, we have a lot of people in here that are bank fishermen and they do want the longer rods.
Yeah, it's in the works of talking with them on 10-foot and 12-foot rods.
There you go.
Now, I used to do a lot of 12s and stuff like that, but I've quit doing anything over, I don't do anything over 10 anymore. It's just so hard to do, and you got to buy special extra beds for your thing and extend everything, and it's just not. You know more of them than you do. It's just not working. There's Abbott right there. Been worried about.
Mr. Freddie is watching. I seen him and his family was out sitting on the bank with a little old campfire, catfishing. That Lyle, to me, I mean, I love fishing on a boat, but there ain't nothing like sitting on that bank, smelling that daggum wood burning.
Oh, I love it if the bank's not slick.
Yeah.
That's the part that bothers me. I worry about that all the time. There's my buddy fishing with the Chad. Glad to see you in here. I haven't seen Dockery in here yet. I think he's scared to show his face, but I wish he would answer a question for me. Is squirrel season open in Missouri? I know you'll know because I'm ready. Them little suckers are starting to work on my pecan tree, and they're not even close to being ready.
2 Stands Fishing 3 said he can cast the lure rods a mile. He hate to see what he could do with a 10-foot.
Ooh.
I hope they get good.
Yeah, and when you start shipping a 10-foot one-piece rod, the price goes up.
Can't do it one piece.
Oh, one piece.
Anything over 8 foot one, or I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Lee, you have to ship by freight. So then it has to go by truck. And the last time I knew to ship a 10-foot one piece was like $150 shipping one way.
Crap.
So I just don't do anything bigger than 8 foot if it's one piece.
Yeah, I knew it went up substantially, but I didn't know exactly how much.
Yeah, you got to watch these post offices.
Thanks, Matt.
Ship too, because you can take one thing for an address one day and take something the same thing the next day to it, and
it's higher.
Total different pricing.
It is, and I never figured out why that is. Have you, Lee?
Nope.
It'll change daily. Even we use stamps.com, and you can see the prices change. She'll weigh at 1 in the morning, say like she get ready to go to work. Like we'll come up here at 5:30 in the morning, and she'll weigh up some stuff, send out the invoices, and then by that evening, we'll come home and they'll be paid, and we'll package them getting ready to go out. Well, it done either the daggone price done went up by the end of the day, or it's went down.
Yep.
But stamps.com does save us a lot of time, Lee.
Okay.
Which one is it?
Yes,
Stamps.com.
Okay. Stamp.com?
Yeah, stamps.com with an S on the end of it. It makes it so much easier right here. You just buy your daggum everything online. They send you a scale. They send you a printer to print your own labels and everything out. All you got to do is weigh it, put up the price however you're going to ship it, put a label on it, and then just carry it to the post office and throw it in the bag and let them go.
I have a question. Cindy just come in and said that the Catfish and Crow, or however he has his name listed, wanted to know what kind of line I use, and it is 832 Suffix braid. I do have a little bit of monofilament on 2 or 3 of my bluegill stuff, but everything else has 832 Suffix on it. And the last spool I bought, I got a spool. It had 4,500 feet on it, or yards on it, and it is what the big time tackle places that spools up line and stuff use. They're the only ones that can get that. And the guy was nice enough; he had an extra one to sell me one, and that was a few years ago. And I'm still using it. But I like to buy biggest amounts I can. You can usually save $1 or $2 on them.
Yeah,
means everything. There's Bob with Fishing Finds in here.
2 Stands Fishing said, I got to talk to Uncle Lou tomorrow about shipping a rod. Apparently, I have to ship an Uncle Lou's rod to J-Dog for losing.
I'm sure that makes you mad, don't it, Lee?
Stan, he's been a great supporter, too.
He has. Matt says he can't wait to get to Mark Twain to do some deer hunting. He goes every year. That's okay if it's off topic. We all love to deer hunt.
Oh, yes. Well, I used to.
I did too when I was able to get around, but the way my feet swell anymore, I'm not sure I could stay out there all day again.
Man, I just all I had to do is just get in a wheelchair and roll out there on my carport and just lay it across the arm of the wheelchair and just wait on and eat out of my flower bed, and then I got meat for the next month.
That'd work too. I could go to my son's house and just sit in his house, I guess, and shoot one.
Yeah, they done eat all my freaking hostas, so I might want to get some of that hosta back and meat.
That shooting out of the house sounds like Keith shooting coyotes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got them bad around here. It's sad, boy. North Carolina cut a pile of them loose, and they got thinned out pretty quick up by the sheep farmers, and when they made another daggum release, and now it's open season year-round on them son of guns.
Yeah. I got a buddy of mine who, well, Lyle knows him, old Keith.
Nice guy.
He, in the middle of the night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, he'd be shooting them out his kitchen window.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, boys. I've got a couple of messages I'm trying to catch up with. And I got to tell you, Ryan Borch sent me a message, and he says he thinks that we should get Catfish Mike on the show, and I agree. If he can get a hold of me, we would gladly have him as a guest on the show at some point.
Ryan, congratulations on your win.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is exactly right. Will Lee Dockery. He makes it where I have to say this stuff. Will Lee be selling Krampus canes? No, he probably don't want no part of that.
Prepare me before I get ready to drink a mouth of coffee before you tell me what I get.
Dockery. Oh my gosh. Chadwick tournament results. He sent me the same results that everybody else has. Chad, you're going to have to be more specific. Tournament results: James River and Tennessee River. Outdone by the Ohio River, and it's correct. The Chad wants everybody to know that he put it on Mr. Stan out there, and he didn't really fish against Stan, did he?
No, 3+1.
Yeah,
but he won.
Like they say, a blind squirrel will find a nut once in a while.
He fished 3. Yeah, no kidding. Fished against Larry at 3+1 and actually beat him. And Larry, I have to say, Larry did go to the Tennessee River, and I figured that he was going to lay it on Chad. That was a shrewd move, and Larry was thinking really good about that because on a normal day, he'd have probably caught, 15, 16 decent fish. And as it turned out, it didn't want to play this time. Now, Lee, if you don't mind, I have a guy coming in here for a couple of minutes that's going to do some talking with us, and we're going to visit with the man himself, Mr. Creole Catfishing. How you doing, Jeremy?
What's going on, fellas?
Well, I'm sitting here thinking, how am I going to go about beating you? Because we're going to go at it on Sunday.
That's right.
And you had a hurricane go through. We didn't get to do what we wanted to do. And if everything goes right, we're going to do our day of fishing on Sunday. Mark didn't want to do it on Saturday because there's a ladies' tournament. Bless his heart for that. He's trying to be the right guy for that. And he is. Hey, buddy, how are you doing?
Good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. You going to fish with Daddy this weekend? You going to be at Jimmy? You are? Hell yeah.
It's too hot. He ain't going to go.
He ain't going to go too hot. Well, I don't know yet where I'm going to be at, Creole, but I'm going to be on either Palm de Terre, Sherman Lake, or Lake of the Ozarks. And with this the weekend before a holiday, I probably won't be on Lake Ozarks because of the boat traffic. So that limits it to 2. And I'm going to be going after numbers of fish. And how many am I going to have to catch to beat you?
A lot.
A lot? After that hurricane, you think?
A lot. Usually after those big storms pass, the bite is really, really hot. The river is going to be where I want it to be. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. The only thing that would possibly stop me is a whole bunch of driftwood. But I don't see that being an issue.
Well, first off, I think everybody on the panel and everybody watching the show is glad that you are safe from that hurricane that went through there. I know that I probably aggravated you because I checked on you several times, make sure that you guys was all right because I was worried about you. And I'm glad that it worked out the way it did.
Yeah.
The storm ended up taking off a little more to the east from where I live. Actually passed a lot closer to Sean T than it did the miles. We didn't get anything over 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. We're not going to complain about that.
Well, the east side of the storm is usually the mean side of the storm anyway.
That's right. Yeah. They're not going to mess with somebody as mean as he is anyhow. Get in.
Yeah, I just had to message you. I didn't feel like I was bothering you too bad, Creole. I just want to make sure my brother was doing all right down there.
No, we were chilling out.
Hey, Mike Chavez is in the house. What's cooking tonight, Mike?
I know, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh man. Well,
I'll have lead rods in my boat whenever we go at it. I promise you.
You'll have a what
in my boat? I'm gonna have lead rods in my boat.
Are you? Good deal.
Oh Good deal. I got 2 of them. I love them.
So if I get 20 fish, am I going to be in the ballpark?
No.
Dang.
Wow.
No.
What? 30?
Maybe.
Holy crap!
I don't know.
Now you better take you some chicken.
I can't believe you said that.
Oh wow.
I promise you, I ain't going to promise that.
Yeah.
I might take some. Depends on how hard bait is to get.
That's it. My boat won't leave home no more without it, just in case.
Mine will. You know how I feel about that. And I told Jeremy we ain't going to have no restrictions, anything like that he wants to do. That we're going to do. We're just going to have fun. It's not about getting on each other too much. I mean, we could have. And if it was anybody else, probably would have. But the respect that I have for him is so great, and he continues to be a great friend to me. So we're not going to worry about any of that. We're just going to get out there and do the best we can. And whoever's got the fish going their way this weekend is going to be the winner.
That's it. Like I said, I got my numbers. Yeah, we are doing numbers, which no matter the if it's numbers or a weight or a length, I've got a spot and I've got a technique to handle that. I just have to know which one I have to do. No, numbers is not actually my favorite thing. Lyle knows that. I love going after the monsters.
Mm-hmm.
It's making me think a little bit, but I like that.
Well, the reason I am is because for me to go after the big fish and to do poundage, I would have to went to either Missouri or the Mississippi River. And with that being said, it's a 3.5-hour minimum drive one way.
Yep.
And I did not want to do that. So I know if the fishing is right on Lake Ozark or Truman, I can have a fairly good numbers day. And I seen what you done last weekend. It wasn't big numbers, and I know you're going to be fishing fairly close to that area. And if this storm brings them and they do what you think they're going to do, you're going to have an outstanding day, and it won't matter what I do. But if you don't have that happening, then I got a shot, and that's how I choose to do it.
We'll see. Actually, the one thing that would throw a kink in my numbers plan is to catch a few big fish in a row.
Yeah.
It actually would, because it would take me so long to put them in the boat that it would actually hurt my strategy for my numbers.
Yes.
Because I'll tell you now, I'm gonna be bumping. I'm gonna be bumping
numbers in.
Yeah, I won't have the current to bump, so I'm going to be dragging baits.
But you know how it is when you catch a big fish bumping, you might be half a mile downriver by the time you get them in the boat.
Past where the fish are.
Way past.
I do understand that. Pardon me just a second, but Justin Fish and Face has joined us, and Jay Foxhunter, Skins and Scales. Let's see, I missed anybody else? Cam Mayo says St. Jude's tournament, not simulator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she set it up here. Miss North Miss Catfish Club is having a St. Jude's tournament on Pickwick Saturday. Danny Hoffman is auctioning off a day of bumping lessons on the Tennessee or the Mississippi.
You know what? That would be a great prize for anybody. Danny knows how to bump. He's extremely successful, and him and Jolene has been tearing up the tournament trail down that way.
Gula Cat, I think I said that name right, said, Lyle, make sure you have plenty of the catalpa worms for this challenge. Now, for numbers, I'm going to tell you, if you can get them, we always call them catawba worms, but that ain't really the name.
Right, right.
The catawba worms and numbers for channel cats, oh, son.
Yeah, and they ain't usually very big, but you can catch great numbers of them. But I don't know where there's any of them trees anymore. Used to have one in my front yard. Polar bear, welcome.
We used to cut the head off of them and push the hook in from the tail and turn them inside outwards.
Huh. Great idea.
Put all that slime on the outside of it.
Yep. Well, Jeremy, I'm going to cut you loose. We got to I'll join you in on Mark's show here in just a few minutes. Thank you for coming in here and being part of our show tonight. And no matter what happens, I wish you the best of luck Sunday, my friend.
I wish you luck too, just not as much luck as me.
I'm glad you and your family was safe through all this.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Hey, Uncle Lee, I love you, brother. Catch you next time.
Do it. Stay safe, buddy.
You too.
Carolina Catfish has joined us. George Ray. We're so glad that he made it through that all right.
Hey, Lyle, can you pull up some names for the floats? Let's give a set of orange floats away.
If you'll give me just a second, entertain Lee for a minute, I will do that.
Yep, I didn't bring no orange ones up because I wasn't thinking about his rods, but these are the blue ones. Well, you can't hardly see it because of the green screen, but we'll give a set of orange ones away in the lieu of Uncle Lou's orange rods.
They are awesome floats, James.
Yes, they are.
I bought them earlier this year, and wow.
Yep, I thought you had got a set, and if you want to do anything as far as your bait and tackle shop, just call me separate, and we'll see what we can't work on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I smell exactly what you're stepping in.
Yep, I like to try to get in with some of the smaller shops that's getting going, and that's just kind of, I'm sticking them just local and a few here and there out. Eventually I'll get into the big ones. Right now, though, I just like to get people like you and me and other small mom and pop stores. Because that's the down home catfish company, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I've had numerous bait shops contact me wanting, to carry the rods and stuff. And I just don't want to get into that game.
That's a tough deal to hang with. I got to tell you, I've been there.
Do you still have your website up and running?
No, I got shafted by that guy that was working on my website.
Oh, geez.
Paid him, and then he took off and went to Mexico and come back and was supposed to work on it stuff, and then he's just ghosting me. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm getting ready.
I can't get this to load, but give me a few minutes. I'm still going to be working on it. It won't let me copy and paste it in here, but we're going to make it work one way or the other. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do one other thing. Mark, I'm sorry that we're running over, but we're going to run over just a few minutes, so bear with me. Let me pull up.
Well, I can spin it the way I usually do it.
Well, what we can do is use the new giveaway tool with StreamYard.
Oh, okay. That'll work. Well,
that's a lot easier. This is our 390th Catfish Weekly show.
Dang right. Dang right. I was happy with 158 myself, but dang, that's a lot, Lyle.
It is a lot, and I appreciate each and every one of you doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go back and look through some of my older shows and stuff and start picking out a few of the people that I brought in that when I was just getting and going. And because them are the ones that helped me get there, just like you. Every one of them helped us get to where we're at. And just like Uncle Lou, all the people in here in chat and their friends and their family and stuff.
Exactly.
These are the guys and gals that help each other out. And
Exactly, and I appreciate each and every one of them.
You got to, and they are people like that mean the world to us. Okay, folks, there is the keyword. If you want in on the drawing, put in hashtag Uncle Lou's, and we're going to give you a few minutes, and then we're going to draw that name.
Yep. While everybody's doing that, Uncle Lou, you planning on coming out with any other color rods, or is that a secret?
I plan on another color, one other color. There's a few in here that know it.
So is it going to be Playboy pink or?
Well, not quite that.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it, buddy.
I've been pretty nice all night, Lee, so you have to understand. You had to know that was
waffle
coming.
blue.
That's pretty. That sounds real pretty.
Yeah,
Bonnie McClary, welcome.
Don't knock pink, because pink sells almost as many as the lime green.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
I've had a lot of people that want purple too. And
that's Cindy's color. Carmel Muncie, welcome.
I have a message.
You have a message.
James Dockery says, because you're not talking to him now, is there any way Lee will be selling the Krampus canes?
He done said that once. What a hoser.
Well, an earlier weekend, Angler was asking about the Krampus jigs. So Krampus jigs.
Hey, Chunky has joined us. Welcome, Mr. Elstan. We are so glad to have you in here. Catmandu Outdoors. Gabby Goose. Gabby, thanks for joining us in chat tonight. Chad Nolte.
Hey, sweet lady.
Catfish Hammer. Mike's Fishing Home. I think we got him a while ago, but we're glad to have Chunky and Ernie and Mr. Gadget and Dee
and everybody.
Everybody in here.
Hit the thumbs up. I just pulled it up on my phone. We're a little low on thumbs up, so rocking thumbs up there, guys.
Right now, the thumbs up are 119. I cannot thank you folks enough.
Yes.
And for those of you that shared our link tonight, that means the world to us. We appreciate it. And please, if any of the moderators can, go ahead and put Lee's Uncle Lou's Tackle Shop link up here so people could go check him out. We appreciate him coming on doing this show with us, because I know some people don't like to do it, and it meant the world to me that he would do a show with us tonight.
I seen a couple new names. Lyle to come in here. Michael Morello coming in the house with us.
We are always glad to have Michael Morello in here. What a great guy.
Yeah. Jamie McDougall from the UK. Thank you, Jamie, for coming in. Carmel Muncie.
I got a message from Dockery, but I can't say it online. I can't say it in front of everybody. I know we got kids watching. Oh, James Dockery, you're killing me, man. They're so glad to have you back. It really is.
Miss Gabby says she sure misses you and Cindy, Lyle.
Well, what a sweet little gal she is. I miss seeing her. The last time I seen Gabby and her dad was down at your tournament, and always great to see Justin. Gabby is just the sweetest. She really is, and I really want to take her out fishing sometime, or have her take me out fishing. That'd be okay too.
There you go.
Jamie McDonald, welcome, Jamie.
Yep, from the UK.
That's cool. Well, we're getting a lot of people from across the pond.
Yep.
Are you having any sales from across the ocean?
No,
not yet.
No.
Well, I think it'll come. I really do. There's Polar Bear, Dance Creations and Adventures. We're getting a lot of viewers from the UK and New Zealand and different places, because I watch all those metrics in the analytics on YouTube, and it's amazing. David Smith, welcome. Cody Robinson.
So it looks like everybody has said what they're going to say, Lyle, as far as hashtag Uncle Lou's. So if you didn't get it in, guys,
we'll go. If you haven't got it in, hurry it up. We're going to give you just a few more seconds here.
Yeah.
And we're going to hit the draw button and make it happen.
Catfish Stalker Outdoors with Captain Greg. Oh, I ain't even going to say that last name. Y'all be making fun of it.
Was it Greg Olala? Yeah, I see it. Great guy. Know him very well. Ryan Boards, Blue Collar Fishing, Rebel Fisherman, referrals. Can you all post your links up in here for all to see? Yes, you can post them in there. I'm not sure you can. I think you can post your own in there, but it takes moderators to do the other, I believe. Yeah. Zach Murray, welcome to the show. All right, I think we're done. I
hadn't seen more.
All right, we got 2 more since we said that before. That ain't enough to hang on. So here we go. Let's rock and roll and see what we're going to do. Slowing down.
I've yet to see my name go by.
Crappy Day Fish on. James, please tell them how they can get a hold of you to
contact me at James Smith on Messenger. If you have Facebook, if you do not have Facebook, you can text me at 704-600-8369, and we'll get you a set of orange ghost floats out to you in lieu of Uncle Lou's orange rods, my friends. And thank you for supporting Catfish Weekly. And you got 24 hours, so get on the ball. Send
Absolutely.
It out.
Thank you so much, James, for doing that. We appreciate it. Man, what a great show we've had tonight, Lee. I can't thank you enough for joining us and doing this show. It meant the world to me that you would do this, because I know it's a tough deal and you get tired of sitting around doing the same old stuff, but it means a lot that you come on and do Catfish Weekly with us, and we're so happy to be here. I hope that at some point you would consider doing another show with James and I.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I appreciate you guys having me on.
And we're proud to know you, and there's nothing better than to see the good comments about what you're doing in chat. That tells me that you are on the right road to do the right things.
Well, I just try to be, be myself, be the best I can, try to help anybody that I possibly can. And, see one person succeed means a lot to me.
Absolutely. And I've known you so long that I know that everything you say, I take it to heart and I know it's correct. So we appreciate everything you're doing. And if there's any way at any time that James and I can help you through our show to promote anything or do anything for you, all you have to do is let me know and we'll make it happen.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Oh, check out my new hat, Lyle. Can you see it? Probably not, because it's
yellow. I like it. I can see it. It's blowed out a little bit by the light, but it looks very nice. Catfish Stalker Outdoors is a new member. Thank you, Greg. We appreciate that so much. That is awesome. Uncle Lou is awesome. I need to figure out how to order stuff from him. Justin, send him a message. He'll answer you and tell you how to do it. Promise.
I think I responded to it. I don't know if it was his wife, girlfriend, or a friend, or what that messaged me.
It was probably him incognito.
Yeah.
He's been known to wear pantyhose and different things like that.
Yeah. Like a long dress on.
Justin, contact him. He'll make it happen for you. Lee, I'll be a big supporter by shopping with you when I can afford it. Thank you, Dan's Creation. We appreciate that.
Lou, you motivate so many by what you do. See, stuff like that, comments like that, make it worth getting up the next morning and getting back to it, just like with the good reviews for Lyle and me and everybody else has got a show. And some days you just don't feel like dragging over in front of that camera.
Thank you.
But when you got comments like that, it makes it all worthwhile.
Exactly.
All right.
Mark's getting ready to have a good show with all y'all on there.
It is, and we're going to cut out of here and make it happen. Be sure to tune in to Patriot James on Wednesday.
Got a little surprise.
Very good. We're looking forward to that. Fishing with the Chad and Panfish Nation on Thursdays. And then we'll be back Monday. There's a lot of shows in between time. I can't remember them all. I don't write them all down. There's just too many to remember anymore, but you guys have already got all that figured out. So I'm not going to worry about. There's Mindy Hogan with Opelousas, Tri-State Cats. I'm joyed to be back. Glad to hear that, Keith.
Yeah, no doubt.
So be sure to tune in to Mark at Catfish and Crappie. He follows us right now.